Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say the word live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So if you are looking for a video where somebody's doing a trade recap or talking to and doing analysis with hindsight in their favor, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, raw, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, then I'm confident you'll find value in these videos. So I will pause the recording software for now, and I'll be back at the open. All right, watching mrna here in short at 136. So looking for this thing to pick up some momentum here to the downside. I've got a bigger spread on this than what I had ideally wanted to see. So took off half there just because of the spread. Yeah, shame on me. Should have caught that. And that's exactly why. Let's see if this thing does want to come back down. Just bounced right now, so it hasn't done anything wrong per se. I mean, it's annoying, sure, but Tesla big bounce. So maybe we can get some sort of move here. Back to 136. Can it break back below it? So just a waiting game right now. All right, I got to get out there. And yeah, that one spread totally got me. But I'm glad I got out where I did, because look at that. In hindsight, should I have maybe just gotten out at 136? Could I, if I could have? Maybe. But at that point, it looked just as much like it could have come back down. And, you know, it may still come back down, but yeah, that spread showed up. And well, I'll say this. I'm glad I took at least 250 shares off in the green. Not green by much, but at least I lessened the position size. So when I took that loss, it was only on 250 shares instead of 500 shares. So I will say that. But let's see what Roku wants to do. This was another one I was watching pre-market. I still do like mrna. Excuse me. So I'll keep an eye on that too. Spreads do seem to be tightening up here a bit. And I know that I had mrna. I was in the green on it as it was coming down. But yeah, at that point, it was looking like, it was feeling like, it was logically seeming that, hey, I was right. I thought this thing wanted to come down. It is coming down, so was looking to let it really work for me. And then, I mean, you saw the rest of the trade. It chose not to work for me. And that happens sometimes. All right, I will go ahead and pause the software. I like Tesla here. See if I can get in some at 216. But it may be too late for that one. And mrna, maybe going to play ball again. $2.15, and $2.15 is not terrible either. Yeah, let's see this thing go up over 216 and then come back down. Might cause me to miss the trade, but I think that's what I'd like best here. Nope, not looking like it's gonna. All right, I will go ahead and pause. Watching potential short here at 144, but first it's got to break 145. So there we go. Now let's see if 144 wants to come back into play. So watching for 144. But to be fair, maybe this is a genuine breakout. But it might not be. In at 144, there we go. So let's see if we can get now some push to the downside here. I will go ahead and pause for now because this one is not necessarily always the fastest mover. It can be a fast mover once it starts going in a direction, but it can also just kind of putz around a little bit. So I will pause the software for, well, maybe kind of moving in my favor a bit here. Okay, yeah, starting to come down. Let's see if we can get that break 143. There we go. So took off half there. See if we can get another push to the downside here. Okay, took another half off there. Because right now we're at a lower trend line, but see if it wants to come down a bit more. I'm going to go ahead and take that. So that was a nice little trade there, and one that how I should have played it from the get-go. So now down 121. So let's hop over here to Tesla. Okay, interesting. 217. Yeah. Oh, and nvda is looking good though. Oh yeah, 130.75. That needs to get alerted in the chat room. 130.75 flush point 1 minute. Yeah, so I like 130.75 a whole lot. But we'll see if it comes into play. And looking over at mrna on the other monitor. Granted, I'm playing hindsight, so yes, I'm always going to be wrong in hindsight. You're always going to be wrong in hindsight. Maybe you'll nail like one perfect trade in your entire trading career, where you literally play it as best as possible from a trade management standpoint, everything else. But yeah, all things considered, looking pretty good there on mrna of how I played it. But yeah, I want to keep an eye on nvda here, watching the 130.75 mark. Why did it have to go down so fast? I just didn't like it on that candle there. It would have worked out fine, but I did not like the way the price approached that level. 45.50. Interesting level here. Wow, nvda just still dropping. Felt way too much like a chase at that point. All right, I will go ahead and pause. Little update on mrna. You can see heading back up. So again, did I play that one perfectly? No, I could have gotten a bit more from it, but as I just blabbed on about, that's hindsight. Okay, watching 45.75 here. In at 45.76 here on Roku, short. So let's see if we can get a break to the downside here. So starting to get a bit of movement. Nah, don't like that one. Maybe I was corrupted by mRNA with how fast that thing was moving. And maybe I'm still kind of being influenced by Roku, which used to be a super fast mover, but I was starting to get red candles, and when I looked up, wait, that nice looking red candles only yielded me 13 cents. So that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for things a bit more volatile than that. Again, not an excuse, but just a more of a reasoning that when you're doing these live videos, sometimes, there's a lot of things going on because I got to, talk to you, do my analysis, which I'm not doing the greatest at because I keep, So there we go. That thing bounces back up. But like I said, that one, again, hindsight here, but I think I was still stuck in the olden days of Roku. Leave me a comment. Who remembers the good old days of Roku when that thing used to fly all over the place? I was still being corrupted by that a bit. Okay. Another interesting potential 145.50, but this thing's got to get up over basically got to hit 147, and then I'd be interested at 146 on mRNA. But like I said, step one, want to see it get up to, let's call it 147 before I would be interested in it. Yeah, Roku, that one has just bounced right back up. So, and I should be clear, not that that bounce back up would have destroyed me, because it wouldn't have, because it wasn't a very fast mover. So it just wouldn't have worked out very well anyways, but not in a account destroying way, because that one's just not very volatile. So what I'm noticing right now is the markets are not at the lows, but they're pretty close to the lows. But a lot of the tech stocks right now, not that aren't mRNA, that's not a tech stock, so disregard that. But Tesla, for example, it's hanging up. It's not like beast moding, but it's got an overall uppish trend to it. Roku's not coming back down. That one's just a stick in the mud. So yeah, some of these tech stocks are actually relatively impressive of strength. All right, I will go ahead and pause. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just wrap things up. All things considered, I'll take the $100 loss and move on. So yeah, it wasn't really my day, and a lot of kind of self-inflicted wounds, but that happens sometimes, and I'm not really seeing anything else. I don't know if I'm necessarily done per se, but I'm pretty sure that I'm done. So like I said, I'm just going to wrap up this video. But yeah, you can't win every day. Losses happen. Risk management matters. But it's amazing when you take quality setups and actually consider things that should be considered. Things tend to turn out better. But, you know, sometimes you just, there can be a lot of things flying around all at once. And if you've been there where you should have done something and you're like, I forgot about that, or I didn't quite consider that. Hey, we all been there, and I'm not quite sure that ever necessarily goes away, but it is what it is. So yeah, closing out on the day, $100. Nothing that, you know, all things considered, I will take it, and much better than where I was. So everybody, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good one. If you enjoy these live trade videos, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. All right, got some movement here all of a sudden on NVIDIA, and was still at my computer, was watching 130.25, and then this big spike up. But now what happens if it comes back, which it did? So let's see if we can now get some movement to the downside here. Fantastic. Oh, no. That was only supposed to be 250. I should still have 250 shares. Well, you know what? I'm gonna do a little rationalization here. Inexcusable because again, nobody's forcing me to do those live trade videos. But before you troll me, go ahead, troll me. It's deserved. All I would say is at least factor a little bit into your trolling that this is truly live. So I am talking to you. I'm thinking about what I need to say to you. I'm thinking about my own trade plans. I'm trying to type in buttons. I'm trying to, and clearly here, I thought I did something that I did not do. I'm trying to, you know, just, there's a lot of stuff going on all at once. Again, nobody's forcing me to do this, so I don't ask for your pity. I just say, factor that in a little bit into your trolling comment, which again, my claim is it's deserved because this has been a rough morning, but you know what? Ooh, that's not very confidence-inducing in terms of continuation. Oh, no, yeah, I could have picked up another. Goodness. All right, well, yeah, that's definitely my signal that I need to be done because that's a scary movement right there to have it snap back up like that. But anyways, like I said, a little rationalization here. I mean, this was not really the most pretty of days, but to walk away up, let's see, I'm up 49, but with commissions, let's just call it 35. So like I said, all things considered, walking away with $35, I will take it. And if there's one thing to take away from this video, just realize that, you know what? You don't have to be perfect all the time. As long as there's structure, as long as there's, guardrails. And in this situation, let's just go back to all this and think about, you know, I got out and then this thing went up and up and up and up. And that loss on mRNA could have been so much bigger. And as I talk right now, it's even bigger. So had I just held and hoped, that loss, which was, I don't even remember what it was, like $725 or something. I mean, we're talking, because I had 250 shares at that point. And actually, this is a really important lesson. Yeah. So what did I get in at? Yeah, 136. So let's pull up the trusty calculator real quick. And let's do a quick calculation. Let's do some real life learning here if you're interested. So I got in at 136. It's now at 147. Well, that makes the math easy. I think that's $2,500, right? Because if I had 250 shares and now it is literally, no, it's $11 higher than where I got in. So times 11, again, $27.50 loss. Think about that. Had I not cut that loss on that first trade, the hole would be massive right now. But I kept the hole under control. And as you saw, with some not so good, some very just type trading, I got out of the hole. So that's where just cut the loss. And here we go. Now 148. So we got to add another 250 to that. So that's at 3,000 right now. So every dollar this goes up, that would be making the hole another $250 deeper. So yes, you could say, yeah, Clay, but it always comes back down. Okay. Or, you know, the price always comes back up from the long standpoint. Okay. Well, right now, if my theory is, you know what, I'm just going to hold and hope because the price will come back down. Well, then, you know, right now I have to accept the fact that I'm looking at $3,000 loss with no guarantee that it actually comes back down. So every dollar now it goes up would be another $250. So again, not fun. It's painful, not enjoyable to take those losses, but you know what? Take them. Keep the hole manageable. Now, a quote unquote manageable hole will be different for everybody's situation because everybody has different strategies, account sizes, financial situations. But just when you keep it manageable per your definition of manageable, then you know what? You can have days where, and it's not like I needed to even be a rock star to climb out of that hole. I would not call it A+ trading at all. I don't know. I wouldn't even call it. I don't even have call it B trading. Maybe I'm in like the C+ range, and yet I still got out of the hole. So I hope that offers some motivation. I hope that offers some incentive and inspiration to wanna follow those risk parameters, cut the losses, don't let losses completely spin out of control. And yes, I'm stalling a little bit because I would love to see this thing just go on another huge move, hit 150, where I can now say that the hole is officially over 3,000. But you get the idea. So I won't stall anymore. But yes, just cut the loss. So again, I know I said this once already in the video, but if you enjoy, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, especially if you enjoy these kind of baked-in learning lessons. Thanks for watching again. Take care. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.